I'm focusing on things which I never would have usually focused on, like in terms of my appearance, because of what people have like pointed out, and like everyone's telling me I need a nose job, and I'm like, I've already had one. Like, do I need another one? I just never thought that it would be in there. So when I come out and I went to the execs and they were like, oh my God, like the tip thing was iconic. I was like, what?
So how has life been?
So crazy, like just non-stop. I feel like I haven't had a second to myself. I'm just like my dog for a whole day and chill, but I just don't have the time.
You haven't got time. You're a busy girl. What's been the highlight for you so far?
The highlight, I think it's actually like meeting people in person, like some of the fans, like especially over the weekend at the festival, like everyone's so positive and nice in person. And it's just so nice to have that support, because online you never see really much support. You only really get like the brunt of things online, and everyone's so negative online. The people taking their time to write things are usually like these awful people. Whereas in person, everyone's so lovely. So it's like a real contrast between like online and in person. So for me, like meeting people in person has been like the highlight, because it's made me realize that actually in general it is like a very positive feedback.
Yeah, there's a lot of love for you out there, and I personally am so confused by, you've had a pretty rough ride, like you say, since coming out, especially online. I've had it before, I've been trolled, and it's horrible. And you know, people say, oh, it's only keyboard warriors, don't worry, but it does. I can imagine that has quite an impact on your mental health, right?
Of course, like I feel like I look at myself now in a different light in the mirror. Like I'm focusing on things which I never would have usually focused on, like in terms of my appearance, because of what people have like pointed out, and like everyone's telling me I need a nose job, and I'm like, I've already had one. Like, do I need another one? Like people are telling me like I look like a man. I'm like, oh my God, like, I can't help my face shape. Like, is it too too masculine? I don't know. So I'm looking at myself in like a weird light, but I'm really trying like not to judge myself too harshly. Obviously they're just a small percentage of people who have these like vile opinions, but it's hard to not take some of it on board.
Yeah, I totally get it. And I have to say, I think they must be blind, because you are absolutely beautiful, and I really hope it doesn't impact you, because it's their issue. It sounds like a them problem to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just would never take the time to ever write anything about anyone online, so I just don't understand who these people are. But it's fine.
How are you? Because like you say, you must have been so busy, and it's a lot to take on. I don't think anyone can prepare you for coming out. How are you?
I'm okay, to be honest. I feel like when I first come out, I did hit like a really rough patch. I can't lie about that, as anyone would, because the last thing you ever expect, like I would have expected to come out to a bit of hate, because obviously I essentially had to go steal someone's man because it's Castor and Moore. But I didn't expect to come out to this level of hate about how I look, and the amount of TikToks and some of the messages I get is just so like, honestly, I don't even know how people come up with this, like disgusting. But everyone gets it. So I'm not like sat here like, oh, poor me, I'm a victim. Like I was speaking to some of the girls that we are, like Natalia, and she was saying she's had some really vile comments as well. So it's just like taking it on the chin. But like I am okay. I'm just trying to like mute the negative and just focus on all the positives that come from doing like TV and that experience.
Yeah, 100%. Have you had much support from Love Island? Because like I say, that's always been like quite a controversial part of the show, right? And it's not the first time it's happened to people. Do you think you've had kind of enough support from them?
You know what I do? You get 10 weeks of therapy and you get 14 months of welfare. So you have the support there. I think like it's kind of hard to blame a channel. Like obviously you've signed up for reality TV, and they need to make a show. So they need to edit it in a way that's entertaining. So you do sign up for that. And to be honest, obviously they have responsibility and they have those procedures in place, like the psych and welfare, but it's not like their 100% responsibility to make sure you're okay every second of the day. You have to like find that within yourself, and you know they only choose strong people to go on the show. You have a million psych checks before you start on the show, so they have to make sure you're really like there mentally. So I feel like there is the support there, but for me that's not the support that like is the most helpful to me. For me it's like the people like who have been on the show previously, and the people who have actually gone through that experience, because as much as you can talk to a cycle welfare, they actually haven't been through that, and so no one really knows how it feels unless you've been through that same kind of experience and experienced that same kind of level of hate.
Like you mentioned there, people from previous years. I saw you on TikTok with Samira. Who's been your kind of ally since coming out and giving you that advice?
Well, Samira's been really there for me, but she was my neighbour before the show, so I've known her for ages. Yeah, I've known her for a few. Yeah. So as soon as I got out, she was like, oh, because I didn't even tell her. She was like, you didn't tell me. And I was like, no, but I didn't like want to like jinx it. So I didn't like tell anyone. So she's really been there for me. And I've had like loads of the other Islanders like in my like inbox who have like been through similar things, like past Casa people, other people who have been on the show who have experienced like some sort of hate, who have come through onto the DMs just to like offer their support and say, if you ever want to meet up for a coffee, you know, we can meet, chat. So it's really nice to have that kind of support.
Yeah. Who have you been closest to since coming out? Because I know you and Josh have obviously been friends, and the girls.
When I first come out, like me, Josh, Summer and China were really close, but for some reason they've decided to kind of like distance themselves for whatever reason. So now I've been like more close to like Natalia, Lacey, Cheyenne, you know, yeah, when you've been through the same experience, you have something to bond over, so you can like get really close. Because obviously I didn't meet Natalia and Lacey until after, because I was never in there with them. We've just become close over like the past like last week, but obviously like I'm just more focused on like my friends from home and stuff, because they've been there from like day one.
Yeah, keep you grounded. Love that.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit more about the show itself. Was there anything or anyone that kind of surprised you when you went in terms of, you know, behind the scenes stuff? Because I imagine watching it from previous years to going on, you were like, what? That's actually how it is? Or was there anything that kind of shocked you?
I mean, kind of like everything. I mean, I've spoken before about the breaks during Casa and more from filming. That really shocked me, because you already have like such a small opportunity to turn these boys' heads, and they make it even smaller. You literally have like literally like a few hours. So it's just, yeah, that was really surprising. And even just like all like the boys in general, I was just really surprised, because on TV you see such a small edit of them, so you don't see like their full personality. And a lot of what they show on TV is obviously talking about relationships and really serious stuff, so you don't see like the fact that some of them are just like so funny, and like actually they're just like really like cheeky and just like up for having a laugh, and you don't really see that side when you're watching the show.
I think that's what's good about like the unseen bits, because you get to see people a bit like their full personality a bit more. But also I guess on the flip side, I heard you say before that some of the boys were making comments whilst they were in the villa. What was that about?
I think so I don't really know, because I didn't really hear it myself, but I know that the boys apparently said that I was a 4 out of 10 or something. But it's fine, because also in Casa more like people were still trying to get to know me and stuff, so it doesn't really like add up. So I mean, that's a them issue.
It baffles me, but we'll move on. Is it also true that as well, because again, obviously seen a lot of interviews coming out, and I'm just thinking, what you know about the recoupling before it actually happens, right?
You don't know, but basically I think you kind of like can guess a recoupling or a dumping just because they ask you to have your phones, and you usually have like a same-sex bed night before something happens. I think to catch up with the public vote, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
So you can kind of like guess when you're gonna have like recoupling or dumping. Obviously with the Casa recoupling, we had no idea, and then we got the text and we were all like sat there like, fuck, like we've literally had like 2 days to get to know these boys. Like none of us are getting picked.
So obviously last night, we're gonna have to talk about it, was the reunion. How was that? I mean, it was nice to see everyone on the positive side.
So nice. Like when I saw Effie and David, I was literally like just so happy to see them, because I just think they're amazing, and I was just so happy that they won. And even like to see Tash and Andrew, that was lovely. Gave them a cuddle, and to see everyone else. Like I didn't get to see like everyone like one-on-one, actually have like a conversation with them, just because of the way it is. You kind of like go straight into the studio, and obviously you're quite separated. But it was so everyone, like the people I hadn't seen, because obviously I've seen so many of them who are already out, but the ones who were still in there I hadn't seen yet, so that was so nice.
And there was a little bit of drama, right?
Yeah.
Your facial reactions were killing me, by the way.
I haven't watched it.
You need to watch it. Just like some of your faces were just like, I've seen it all over like Twitter. It's really funny.
I can't really hide my emotions. So yeah, you can always read my face quite clearly. Yeah.
I can't imagine that we saw all of it, but there was a tweet thread, and I don't know if you're seeing it. Maybe you're probably not looking at everything on social media, but someone tweeted saying that there was a proper bust up between you and Summer, and the producers had to jump in. And what happened?
I think basically I said a joke in a podcast at a time when I think I said it on there, Josh was moving mad, so I didn't really think that him and Summer were gonna like be this like couple coming out. And I think at the time, Josh and China were hanging out every day. We had like a lot of banter between us, like, and it genuinely was just like a joke on a podcast about like something which happened when I was isolating with him after, and it was just a bit of banter. And I just feel like that these people who I was closest to kind of turned their backs on me over kind of like nothing, and it feels like a bit of an excuse to me, which is fine, but I just felt it wasn't the time to like bring that up in front of people. And there was some like quite nasty comments made, which I don't think they aired, which I actually wouldn't have wanted them to air because they were like not nice, and I wouldn't want like my mum to watch that or something, you know. So for me,
Summer?
Yeah, but no comment on that, but it's fine. But I just, to me the whole thing's like silly, like it feels like very like school like, and I was at school like over 10 years ago. Like I just don't need that, and I'm just ready to like let that part of the show go and only stay in contact with the people who like for me like seem like really genuine and lovely, because I just don't need to be involved in like schoolgirl drama, to be honest.
I was going to say that Josh was very quiet when you guys when it got a bit heated between you and Summer. Josh just kind of like bowed his head and was laughing away. So you're so right that the focus was on you two, but yet he didn't pipe up.
Well, I think for me, it's not even like that for him. Obviously, he's not going to throw himself under the bus, but it's like Summer knows like the actions he's had and stuff since coming out. So why are you like, just for me, it's just this whole thing of like that it's always that a girl you want to blame and not a man, whereas I'm not like that. Like I always will hear a girl out because it's usually the girl who hasn't done anything really, and it's usually the man. But that's just my point of view on a lot of situations with guys.
On life, preach, I hear it. We won't dwell on that, but I just wanted to give you a chance to kind of give your side of the situation, because like I say, we only see a small part of it, but it's good to hear that you're kind of speaking to everyone, and especially Andrew after tit-gate. That's maybe
him and Tasha, like they were both like, how are you, da-da-da. We'll catch up properly soon, blah, you know. So they're both lovely people, and I actually love Tasha and Andrew, and I think they're really cute together, like really cute.
And I guess you didn't know whilst you were in there that it was went so viral.
Yeah, I had no idea, because I think Andrew said it as well in the reunion, like neither of us thought that they would put that in, because like not really what you see it, like fair enough, like back in the day Love Island season 1, season 2 was quite wild, but recently like the seasons are quite like tame, you know, because the audience is so big now, like it's very like kind of almost like quite PG, you know. There's all these terms for like sexual things that they do, like the nail salons. I just never thought that it would be in there. So when I come out and I went to the execs and they were like, oh my god, like the tit thing was iconic, I was like, what? What tit?
They are iconic now. I mean, they've shot to stardom, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people like make jokes I should get them insured, but but it's just a joke.
So just lastly, I guess I want to find out from you, because you were there and you met a lot of the people there and you've seen them since coming out. What couple do you see kind of going for the long run? Because there's been a lot of Love Island alumni, I guess we can call them, that have gone on and got married and had babies, and who do you see it happening for?
I can see that for Ekin and Davide, and I can see that for Tasha and Andrew. Doesn't mean that I can't see it for the other couples. I can, but for me, those are the two couples that stand out, which I can kind of see like going the distance. Just from being in there and around all the couples, they're all very in love, but just for me, those two are the ones that I would like put money on if I had to.
Imagine mini Ekin and Davide's.
They would be like so funny, so beautiful. They'd be amazing.
I love it. Well, we can't wait to see a lot more of you, and it's been lovely chatting to you. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Kevin Hart.
Hi, my name's Eric Stonestreet.
Hi, I'm Margot. I'm Journey.
I'm James McAvoy.
I'm Daniel Radcliffe.
I'm Rebel Wilson.
I'm Jeremy Clarkson.
I'm going to be translating some Scottish tweets for It's Gone Viral.
On It's Gone Viral.
Ooh, on It's Gone Viral.